Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Batman Dylan Dog #1. Let's take a look at the creative team and then we'll get into a lot of explanations for this issue. Uh, so this issue is written with a story and script by Roberto Recchioni. Recchioni, maybe. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. With art by Gigi Cavenago and Werther Dell'Edera. Uh, Also, we have Gigi Cavenago coloring the prologue and Giovanna Nero coloring the rest of the book. Pat Broussard on letters. We have multiple covers that you'll see at the end of the video as well. Very exciting stuff. So this is, I believe, the first time that Batman and Dylan Dog are crossing over. So who is Dylan Dog? What is that? So Dylan Dog is an Italian horror comic series created by Tiziano Sclavi, published by Sergio Bonelli since 1986. So that's pretty cool. The series features a character who is a paranormal investigator who takes on cases involving supernatural elements such as ghosts, demons, vampires, the undead, werewolves, and other creatures, but also horrifying sociopathic criminals and serial killers. And as you saw in the cover, the Joker is part of the story. So that's kind of where Dylan Dog comes in. So, like I said, I was not very familiar with this character. So this is really interesting. Um, I don't think, I mean, Batman's crossed over with a lot of characters in the past from other publishers, including like Judge Dredd, the Predator. One of my favorite things was the with the Shadow from Dynamite Comics. Um, but this one, we have, so the first issue is oversized. It's about 80 something pages because it has a prologue to kind of bring you into this world, bring you into this mystery. And it really works. You'll see some preview art from the prologue. I don't have any preview art from the main part of the story, but then the last two issues. So I think this will be 3 issues. The next 2 issues are about 60 something pages. So these are going to be like prestige format, the little thicker books. So now that we got all that out of the way, let me give you a quick synopsis for this story. So let's talk about a little bit about this book. DC's World's Greatest Detective and Sergio Bonelli's Nightmare Investigator unite. See how the fates of Batman and Dylan Dog intertwined in the past through their lethal nemesis, the Joker, the Clown Prince of Crime of Gotham City, and Professor Zarabas, a mad genius with a taste for bringing back the dead to life. Joker is in London to seal a hellish pact with Dylan Dog's nemesis, the Mephistophelian Zarabas. The doorbell of Craven Road, number 7, screams, and beyond the doorway, Bruce Wayne appears. For Nightmare Investigator, an incredible adventure begins side by side with the Dark Knight. They'll have to forge an uneasy alliance, putting aside their differences in order to successfully confront and defeat an evil that comes from the past. That sounds like a really good premise, and I had a little bit of it was a bit of a barrier of entry for me to really get into this book, but I was determined because of many different factors, including the beautiful art, the beautiful presentation, how cool this character that Batman's crossing over with sounds, and just overall the idea of what's going on in this story. Right, the something from the past is coming back to haunt them. There's a supernatural element to this, and I always love to see Batman face off against supernatural forces uh, because he's a man of logic, and obviously some of those things sometimes don't fit into that box. Um, so yeah, this issue really worked for me. Like I said, it was a little bit of a struggle. There was definitely a little bit of like uh, a hurdle to get into this book, but once you catch your stride, I think you'll definitely enjoy it. This was made a lot easier by just the beautiful art, especially the prologue is so colorful for a story of this tonality and this kind of like the events that are happening and that you'll see here as I present a few of the preview pages. I was not expecting such a bright set of of colors and tones, which is really cool. It definitely changes once Werther Dell'Edera begins the main story, but the prologue is beautiful. It made me want to go seek out the original Italian comics to see if if this is kind of what they look like, if that's the style that the aesthetic that they were going for at the time. So let me pull up that prologue, the preview pages, and the prologue's about, I would say, 20 pages or so. So you'll definitely have plenty of runway to get in there. But yeah, I just love the presentation of this amusement park, the faces, the expressions, the introduction of Joker, like really kind of shadowed out. But then you have this next big panel where he shoots the guy, and just like the bullet coming out, the sounds in the background, and the colors all around Joker. Yeah, this is all just really fun uh, presentation that tonally feels like it's not from a Batman book. But I think that's because this may be the tone of Dell and Dog's stories. So I don't know. If you read more Dell and Dog, let me know what you recommend. Let me know how we can check that out. Um, I'm always looking to expand and dive into other comic books, which is why I was really excited for this. If Batman introduces a whole new, you know, audience to Dylan Dog, and that's a classic comic book, I think that'd be really fun. So I like that DC's doing this. DC's taking chances with weird experiments because this is definitely out of the norm. Although I think Dylan Dog and Batman are probably more alike than not after reading the first issue. So there you have it. Let me know if you read this down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.